On tonight's video, we're going to cook a beef picanha. Guys, I'm excited about this cook. Thanks for coming back to the channel. I've got a beef picanha from Homestead Meats and Processing. And man, they've got a freezer full of these, guys. Man, these things right here are, they turn into some amazing barbecue. So we're going to show this to you guys here tonight. This is basically a top sirloin cap, or where you'd see this in a steakhouse would be like a Brazilian steakhouse, where they slice this here like this and they put it on the skewers and they cook it over an open pit. But tonight we're going to cook this. We're going to kind of treat it like a prime rib. So what we're going to do is we're going to get it, I'm going to do a light injection with the butcher's Montreal injection, and then I'm going to season it up with the grilling addiction. We're going to get it on the smoker, and we're going to hit it with some cherry wood smoke. We're going to bring it up to 120, and we're going to let it rest. And I'm going to do a little bit longer rest on this, and then we're going to slice it up for you. All right, guys? So just to recap, we've got a whole beef picanha, and you want to make sure that you find one that's got a good fat cap on it. The fat is what makes your beef picanha. Okay? So one thing we got to remember before we start cooking it is we got to see where the grains run. Okay? And on this one here, grains are going to be running like this right here. So whenever we get this thing cooked, we're going to make our slices just like this right here. It's almost going to look like these rare brisket slices with the big old fat cap. It's going to have that Montreal injection and the grilling addiction rub. Man, this stuff is going to be amazing. Okay, let me go ahead. We're going to go ahead and get this injected, and we're going to let the injection set up for a little bit. I'll get you over to the fire and show you the fire setup. We'll get the grilling addiction rub on here. We're going to score the fat cap. We're going to put little cross hatches in the fat cap, and then we'll go ahead and get this thing on the smoker. Okay? One thing you want to do is you want to get a paper towel and just make sure you pat it dry. This here, they did a great job. There's going to be no trimming that needs to be done. This is what it looks like coming straight out of the package at Homestead Meats and Processing. And I will put their information in the description below, and probably a card, probably like right here. Okay? We just want to kind of pat this down a little bit. Everything looks good. All right. I've got the Montreal injection from Butcher Barbecue. I've got it in my shaker here. And we've got an injector needle, or injector with a 2-inch needle. And I'm going to do kind of a shallow injection on this. What I want to do is I'm going to target the first like ½ inch of the meat on this thing. And I want the injection to be all in that. Okay, because I want beef to be the star of the show here, okay? This Montreal injection is going to complement the meat. All right. I'm just kind of going in about a ½ inch, and I'm pulling out. This Montreal is such a versatile injection. Man, it works good with any injection that Butcher has. It really pairs good and really just adds more flavor to your protein source. Just while I'm injecting this, I'm seeing the great marbling that this Homestead meat has. All right, guys, that looks really good right there. I'm going to go ahead and get this patted dry. All right, guys. And now we're going to get the grilling addiction This is a great savory rub. We're going to get it on here. It's a big cut of meat, so we're going to go ahead and pack quite a bit of seasoning on it. All right, that looks good. Just pat that in. Get the sides off the board. Guys, that looks really good right there. All right, now we're just going to take a sharp knife and we're just going to score this fat cap. And I'm not trying to cut all the way through the fat cap. I'm just going to try to score it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come through here and I'm just going to make little slits at kind of an angle. I'm just trying to kind of keep it pretty uniform. All right. So now I've got them all this way. I'm going to rotate it. And I'm going to come right across and hit them this way now. All right, guys, that looks great. We got some great scores on there. And now we're going to hit this fat cap with the grilling addiction. Just want to pat that in. All right, guys, this thing is ready for the smoker. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and show you the fire setup here. We got our cherry wood chunk. We've got an indirect fire. Our meat's going to be over here on this side. We're going to go ahead and get our cherry wood chunk on here. All right, guys. And then we're going to go ahead and get our beef picanha on there, okay? Man, this thing just looks great. Hey guys, we're about 20 minutes into this cook. Let's take a look at this picanha. Looks like it's starting to get some good color there, and the fat's starting to soften up a little bit. Man, this thing's going to turn out great. Stay tuned. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and take another look at this. It's been about 15 minutes. Man, that cherry smoke's doing a number on it. It's looking good. We're going to go ahead and get a temperature real quick. Setting at 93 degrees. I'm going to go ahead and rotate it. All right, guys, we've got this thing up to 120 degrees internal in the middle. We're going to get it off, and we're going to let it rest. And I talked about doing a longer rest with this. I really want to give this enough time for the meat, or for the juices inside the meat, to redistribute to the outside. So what we're going to do is we're going to get it off the cooker here. I'm going to get it over here, and we're going to wrap it into some butcher paper, and I'm going to throw it in my oven in the house for 20 minutes at the lowest temperature that I can get it. But what I'm trying to do there is I'm trying to get this thing to just really let all the juices on the inside relax to the side. I'm going to get this thing off the cooker. Man, this thing looks great. So we'll let you guys take a look at it. Look at that, guys. Man. Alright, guys, I got it over here, and we're going to get it wrapped in the butcher paper here. All we're doing here is we just want to let this, we don't want it to drop in temperature. We want it to hold where it's at and redistribute to the outside. So we're just going to let this thing wrap, or we're going to wrap it up, and we're going to put it in the oven for about 20 minutes. Alright, guys. Just like that right there. And we're going to take this in the house, and I've got my oven on the lowest setting. It's right at like 130. I'm going to keep an eye on this. I'm not going to let this thing get past like 135 internal. We want this thing to be medium rare. So next time you see us, we'll be right back here on the cutting board, cutting this thing up. All right, guys, we've got this thing. We've had it resting in the oven for the last 20 minutes. And man, I think it turned out great. We're gonna get on the cutting board and let you guys see this thing. All right, guys, I'm going to bring you guys in a little close, and we'll take a look at this thing. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get this thing sliced up for you. Check that out, guys. Man, that looks great. All right, now we gotta taste this thing. Man, the juices are pouring out of this thing. All right, guys, we're going to take this piece right here. Here we go. Got the Montreal Injection and the Grilling Addiction. Man, that is so good. Very, very beefy. You get that Montreal injection flavor, but it doesn't overpower the beef. Then you get that grilling addiction. Just coats your mouth. But then beef is the star of the show. All right, Kyler, let's let you try a piece. You gotta tell them what you think of it.
Really good.
Speechless?
Yeah.
And tonight we have Riley.
Extremely tender.
What do you think of it, Riley?
Hands down, it's all the best meat I've ever had.
Yes, it is. Guys, you got to get over to Homestead Meats and Processing. Get you one of these picanhas. Man, this cook took us maybe an hour tops. And you're going to get some amazing food. You're going to impress your girlfriend, your wife, whoever it is that you're cooking for. All right? Got to try this. Get your picanha. Get it on the grill. Get some grilling addiction on it. Get some Montreal injection in it. All right? Hey, but that's a wrap on another video. Guys, I appreciate you stopping by. Hey, leave in the comments what you want to see us cook on the next one. And let us know what you think of this cook in the comments as well. We want to know who all's watching. And that's a wrap.